Hello everyone, Tammy here. Welcome to my channel. Today is Mixed Media Monday, and I have this canvas that I never quite finished yet. So it's a painted base, and I just kind of did just a whole, random bit of colors, and then I decided to draw a mandala in it. So the mandala starts in this corner and then comes out this way. So all of this is done. Um, I might want to do a little bit more here. There is some blue ink. It's blue sparkly ink, but it doesn't show up very well, so I might go in with a paint pen. I haven't decided yet. But what I really want to focus on is these pieces around the outside. And so I picked some, so I have a paint pen. So this, first let me tell you, this measures 20 the long way and 16 the short way. And so my daughter actually had this hanging in her, in the house she was renting before she moved back home. And I saw it and I was like, oh, I need to finish that. Because when she moved out, I was like, yeah, take whatever art you want. I just let her grab whatever. And so she took this, and yeah, so actually I think I'm going to turn it this way so I can be sure that I'm working on it in camera. And yeah, so I'm using a Posca paint pen. This is size, well, I don't know if that, no, okay, so the size is 1.3 millimeters. So it has kind of a sharpish type tip. And so I have that. So these are acrylic paint pens. And then I have my beloved Uniball Signo white. And then I have another beloved, which is a black glaze jelly roll. So those are the colors that I'm planning to use for this. And I'll just talk a little bit in the beginning, and then I'll probably fast forward, just so, because there's a lot of repetition. And that's kind of how mandalas are. There's a lot of repetition. So I need to move my footrest over, otherwise I will be uncomfortable. So hang on a second. You know, you think that you have everything ready when you push record, and then you're like, nope, not yet. Okay, so I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the orange on the bigger circle. And I always keep a scrap piece of paper next to me in case my pens need a little extra, a little extra work to get them to flow properly. So I'm just going to come through like this. It's not much different from how I work in my sketchbooks, only this is a much bigger one. And I didn't, on this one, I didn't have anything to measure. Like in my sketchbooks, I showed on one of my videos, a few videos ago, I showed the mandala stencil that I use that has dots on it to give me measurements. This one I just freehand, just because it's just easier. So yeah, I didn't do any measuring. And so it's a little wonky, but not terrible. So this is what I'm planning to do on these. And then this already is painted black, but I want it to stand out a little more and be shiny. So that's why I'm using this. And I think now that I'm doing this, I think I want to come through the outside here and just make some lines, black and white. So let's Okay, so I got the whole outside done, and I'm going to come in. I'm definitely going to add, um, so you can see the blue better. I'm not sure if this one's going to work. It's a Sharpie paint glitter. It's a glitter paint pen. I think what I used before on this was one of these, which is a Jelly Roll. I believe it's Stardust. And so hopefully this will show up a little better. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna move straight to just a regular paint with no glitter, but I would like to keep the glitter if I can. So let's see what this looks like. I already kind of primed the pen, so hopefully it might show up a little better. We'll have to see what it looks like when it dries. And then I'm going to do the same thing right here. And see how that goes. I'm going to try going every other one and see. This point's a little thicker, but the paint's a little lighter. So we'll see how this, oh, not sure I like this. It's a little too thick. I definitely like the color of that one better. I don't like this at all. I don't know if it's too late to wipe that off. I have a little wet wipe here. No, I got it off. Okay. Yeah, I didn't like that. So I'm gonna skip this one and let it dry from the wet wipe, and then go back. I do like this. I do like this color. I was thinking of using dark blue, but there's not really a lot of dark blue on this piece. The blue is definitely lighter. So just keep with this one. Because I like the thinner tip is easier to control. So I hope you're all having a good Monday and that your weekend was at least a little bit full of fun stuff. Made a good one. I did a bunch of work in my art room while my husband and my daughter reorganized our pantry. My husband, instead of keeping it clean and orderly all year long, he just kind of tosses stuff in there, and then once a year purges it and cleans it out. They did this last year, a little later in the year when I was on chemo, and of course then after, as I was recovering from chemo and I was starting to do more things, because when I was on chemo, my husband and my daughter, they did all the cooking and cleaning and everything. And I was like, I can't find anything in the pantry. So I just let them do their thing. It looks very nice. It looks very orderly. It's just I'm not like dissing on, my husband and my daughter. And my daughter's much better at putting things away where they go than my husband is. But my job before I retired was technically my title was a lean champion. And that means that I was trained in Lean Six Sigma, which is basically, it's process improvement. It's basically organizing your space and your processes in such a manner that they are efficient and to do, I can't think of the words right at the moment, to, I can only remember the technical term, which is poke-yoke, which means error proofing. So basically, and this works really good in manufacturing, where there's only one right way to do something. So, and if you don't, so say it, here's a perfect example. So you have a square hole, so you're assembling something, and you have a square hole, a round piece would not fit in it. So you know that you can only put a square piece in there. And that is basically error proofing to make sure. So that's my background. And I had what they call the Lean Six Sigma black belt, which is basically like getting a master's degree in process improvement. And the course I took was through Ohio State University, even though it was online. And so for me, I have a hard time with the pantry because it's not, it's all good. I'm not the only one that uses it, and I just basically go in there and get food. My daughter is the major baker, and then my husband cooks, not a lot. Neither one of us cook that much. We're mostly a fix-it-yourself type of family because we all like to eat at different times and different things, and the whole thing. So anyway, that's what they did. Yesterday they cleaned out the pantry, and I worked in my art room. Did a little bit more reorganizing, and I put away all the fabulous stuff that Janet sent me, and yeah, just kind of planned what I wanted to do for this week. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to do for right now. I like that I left some of the paint here. I could go on and I could do another layer, but I like it. I like the way it is. So, and this is what I do with my art. Lots of times I just sit with it and then, go back and add to it later. I hope you can see that blue. It's definitely darker than it was, and it's very sparkly, so I really like it. And yeah, I'm just wondering if I should. So I always do this. I think I'm done, and then I'm like, ooh, I think some dots would look really good. Yeah, I don't think it'll make that much of a difference to the overall design, but they look pretty. I don't want to stick my hand in any of the wet lines because the paint pens do take a little bit to dry. Okay, well, I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to make you guys watch this whole thing, but I hope you enjoyed this Mixed Media Monday. I'm just trying to finish up some projects that I've had, sitting around for a while, and this was one of them. And I was actually doing my physical therapy exercises, and where I was sitting, I could see the kind of whole bunch of canvases that I have sitting there. Most are unfinished, some are finished, but I saw this one kind of peeking through, and I was like, oh yeah, this would be really good to do on Mixed Media Monday and finish it up and just kind of show you a little bit of my process when making mandalas. And I do usually get pretty quiet when I'm doing this. It's a very, very relaxing and meditative, and I very much enjoy it. Okay, well, I'm going to go through and keep working on this, and I wish all of you a fabulous rest of your day. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Kind of do a mix of stuff. I'm trying to do a mixed media something every Monday. And then I have a couple of collaborations that I participate in that are fun. Mostly I do junk journals and ephemera for junk journals, but I do enjoy mixed media quite a bit. It was kind of my first love. I just started, well, not just started, but I've been junk journaling for probably 3 years, but I've been doing mixed media art for very close to 20. So it's kind of my first love, and I just got so, I just loved making journals so much that it kind of took over everything. But that's it. I always say that, and then I do this. This is me. This is how I create my mandalas. And that's why they have so much layers and interest and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm really saying goodbye this time. So have a great rest of your day, and always remember to be good to yourself and be kind to others. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.